Tom in Chicago, XM Satellite. How are you, sir?
Hey, Mark, how you doing?
Very well, thank me.
Good. Well, Mark, I'm going to identify myself as a school superintendent in one of the...
Now, wait a minute. Are you actually one?
Yes, I am, sir.
Really? Okay.
Yep. And every time I hear about this, the jobs created propaganda numbers, my blood pressure goes up about 20 points. I have to say, let me give you kind of a scenario of our school district. We employ about 100 teachers. We did get the ARA money, the American Reinvestment.
Yeah, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Yeah.
So we got about $500,000 in our school district. But how we had to report the jobs created number was by how many certified teachers could we afford with the money that was allocated to us. So in other words, we didn't have to supplement our education program. We didn't have to supplant. I mean, it's supplanted.
Are you telling me what they were basically asking you for is how many teachers would this enable you to hire, whether you hire them or not?
That's correct. So in our case, it'd be about 10 teachers, and we have 100 teachers. So I had to report, even though it's false, that I had 100.
Tom, can you hold on? I want to hear more. Don't hang up, okay?
Sure.
Just hold on a few more minutes. When we get back at the top of the hour, I want to talk to Tom, who's a superintendent in the Chicago area. We're not going to speak beyond that. Tom calling. He's a superintendent in a small school district in the Chicago area, and he has explained thus far that this stimulus money that went to local and state governments for his school district, the way you counted the people that were put back to work was by counting how many teachers would in fact had been hired if they were hired, meaning they weren't necessarily hired. Correct, Tom?
That's correct, Mark. If a simple calculus would suffice here. If somebody would do a statistical analysis on how many FTEs, full-time equivalent teachers, were on the books in each school district in the country in the school year 2008-2009 versus the school year 2011-2012, they'll find a decrease or the same. In other words, the stimulus package did not net any new jobs. And that's what burns me up, is that I'm sure that calculation, net new jobs, in my district, it would have been 10 teachers, which is a fallacy. I had 100 teachers in 2008, 2009. I have 100 teachers right now.
So did the money go to other things?
No, the money was supplanted, actually, from state money. So it was actually a bonus, if you will.
So the money just replaced money that you didn't get. So from the state
wouldn't have gotten. That's right. But I would not have laid off those 10 teachers.
But this is what they mean.
It was a 1-year fix. It was a one-year
fix. But this is what they mean when they say saved or created. It's all baloney.
Well, exactly, Mark. And not one superintendent that I've spoken to about this, when we were going through the whole deal in our county, would have laid off teachers. They knew it was a 1-year infusion of dollars, and we kept the same staff. So when these numbers are translated into jobs created, it's a fallacy. It's not true.
Mm-hmm. All right, my friend. Well, thank you for informing us. That's very helpful.
Okay, Mark.
I appreciate it. You take care. New York, New York, the great WABC. Yes, Patrick.
Hi, Mark. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
You were mentioning the stimulus earlier, and I just wanted to mention to you I'm a small business owner in New York City.
Yeah.
And I contract with the city to supply services. And what they did was, when they got the stimulus money, even though I was already contracting with the city, they took my employees and moved them over and put them in the stimulus category. When in fact, when they did that, I actually had to let some of my workers go because of the rules and regulations and the salaries that they were requiring for it. So not only did it not create any jobs, because the jobs were already there, I had to let people go because of the stimulus.
I want to understand this. Did the stimulus require you to pay certain wages?
Yes, it's called the Davis-Bacon Act, and the jobs were then listed under the federal stimulus package.
The union wage, the going union wage.
Right. But those jobs were, in fact, listed as part of the stimulus and jobs created by...
All right, I just want to be clear about this. So you had to recategorize certain of your employees. The price goes up. You have to lay them off.
Absolutely. And not only did I not hire any new employees, these were employees that I had in place already. I actually had to let 2 of them go to pay the other the salaries to the people I already had.
All right, now let me get this straight. So you had to let 2 go because of the Davis-Bacon requirements, and the ones that you kept doing the work they already were doing were counted as jobs created?
That's correct. Yes,
I mean, this is a joke. Now you know why the unemployment figures can't be relied on, Patrick, or anything coming out of this administration.
It's absolutely incredible, and the 2 workers that I had that counted on their jobs are out of work for a silly category that they were placed in.
These are very remarkable calls. Thank you, Patrick. I appreciate it, sir. It's remarkable how the stimulus doesn't stimulate a damn thing except Obama's reelection, he hopes. I hope you heard that. You have all weekend to tell your friends and family members. So what happened with this small businessman in New York? He had to let 2 people go because the Davis-Bacon union wage requirements would tend to be 20 to 30% more, were imposed on certain categories of employees he had as a result of the stimulus. So he had to let 2 of them go. And then the others who he already had who were working on this city contract, they were now counted as jobs created or saved by the stimulus. Multiply that by, 500,000 small businesses. This is a racket. It's an absolute racket. It's complete fraud. Racket. It's